We're back on Take Action News. I'm going to have to reprogram myself because we have a new name. This is the 0 Hour now, and I am still, however, Richard Eskow. I'm not going to change my name yet. And our next guest, I've been looking forward to talking with him because I've followed his writing for a while, and I really appreciate what he has to say, particularly because Sean McElwee, who is contributing writer for Salon and also has written for Policy Shop, The Atlantic, and Rolling Stone, among others, has been willing to take on some of the tenets of New Atheism. I wrote about that field, wrote about the New Atheists somewhat in 2006 or so, and I was to adopt a phrase from the post-World War II left. I was prematurely anti-New Atheist because people weren't ready yet. I felt that there were some sort of cultural beliefs that the Dawkins Hitchin crowd held, and Sean has been doing a terrific job covering that, and he's also covered the recent debate between a creationist, Ken Ham, and Bill Nye, who is known as Bill Nye the Science Guy, the science educator. And Sean wrote, Sean, are you with us, first of all?
Absolutely. In fact, I just finished up your piece on Alternate today, on libertarians who made their fortunes off the government.
Well, good. Speaking of faith-based ideologies, I guess, that's the through. It's great to have you with us, and I really appreciated your series on your two pieces on Ken Ham, the creationist, and the debate with Bill Nye. And you wrote that it was a mistake, that it was a big mistake to debate creationists, and you wrote, and it very well said that the religious right's stance on climate change, economics, and evolution is not informed by their religious beliefs. Rather, these political and economic views are imposed on Scripture, which is often read without theological rigor. Boy, that's for sure. So, so thanks so much, first of all, for being with us.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And what did you think of that? What did you think of that debate? I know before the fact you felt it was a mistake because you were really seeing a science-based guy debating someone who has a strong political ideology and basically is using, I don't want to paraphrase you incorrectly, but basically using his using his Bible to justify his political beliefs rather than deriving it from that Bible. What did you think of the debate?
I mean, first off, it is very, very frustrating, I think, for most Christians that every time there's a debate like this, Christianity is represented by its most extreme factions, right? When Christopher Hitchens did that series of debates with, this fundamentalist preacher, and you're like, this isn't what religion's all about. So when scientists say, oh, we don't think that Bill Nye can represent us because he doesn't have a PhD in science, I say, I don't think Ken Ham represents Christianity because he has this biblical literalism, which is not at all informed by the traditions of religion at all. It's a radically new innovation. As to the debate, I think one of the things that was talked about, and it should have been talked about more, is the fact that Ken Ham's ministry is losing money rapidly. They're hemorrhaging cash. And this is going to bring a lot of money for them. And when these kids go into the Creationist Museum, Bill Nye is not going to be there to offer a corrective. So, yeah, right. I mean, we got both sides of the story here, but when kids are brought by their parents to the Creation Museum, there's not going to be Bill Nye sitting there. So I thought the debate was a bad idea on Nye's part.
Well, and here's one of the things that I got in. First of all, I got viciously attacked by members of the New Atheist community. I don't know if you've experienced that yet, but I don't know if that's still part of the debate. But one of the things that I said, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, this is me, not you, but I'd be curious in your thoughts, is that I feel there is a certain mirror image and as well as a mutual interest when you have someone as particularly like Hitchens. I've always kind of liked Bill Nye a little more than that, but when you have somebody, you have two interests here, Ken Ham and then the New Atheists, both of whom's arguments are served by characterizing religion as a rigid set of ideological fundamentalist political beliefs, because for the new atheists it becomes easy to mock them, and for the Ken Hams of the world it elevates them in importance. So I thought there was a kind of mirroring going on in this debate, just as there was a mirroring in Hitchens' mischaracterization of religion and his picking out of these, you know, minor figures to debate, which elevated them. Is that do you think there's any credibility to my interpretation?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, first off, it was Douglas Wilson who Hitchens debated that I was referencing, and he's a fundamentalist preacher who believed that slavery was, for the most part, a benign institution. So not at all within mainstream Christianity, and this is the person that he chooses to debate. But you're absolutely right. I think in many instances, people are. I mean, but look at the way that Dawkins and Hitchens talk about the Middle East and Muslims. Their goal is here is to obfuscate the geopolitical realities that are causing this conflict and make it all about religion. And it makes it a lot easier to talk about these countries if you're just like, oh, it's these crazy religious people, instead of what's really going on, which is these underlying. And this is the goal with all of the pieces that I've been writing, is let's look at the underlying economic and political conflicts here. Because when we're talking about the Ken Ham debate, Ken Ham isn't really that worried about evolution. What he's worried about doing is defending biblical literalism, because biblical literalism is the way that you weaponize Christianity. Biblical literalism is the way that you keep women out of the churches. It's the way that you keep gay marriage illegal. It's the way that you fight against abortion rights. It all comes from biblical literalism. That's what he's trying to defend right here. And I don't know if Nye necessarily went in totally understanding the very political motivations for not just Ken Ham, but if you look at the Discovery Institute, it's the same thing.